Welcome back. Well, as mentioned in the video where I covered the Chromecast second generation unboxing, I mentioned that a lot of TVs have the USB port right next to the HDMI connector, and you don't need such a long wire nor the power adapter that came with this, and that you can actually get a shorter wire. Well, I've managed to get the shorter wire. It actually came as a set of two of them, and the reason why they gave you two is because these ends are actually opposite of each other. You can see one comes out the left versus the other one comes out on the right. And the reason why they did that is depending on which way you need to plug this into your device, you know, maybe you want the wire to come out this way, or maybe you need to plug it in the other way around and have it go the other way. It may sound silly, but you know, it's just nice to keep the wires nice and organized back there. And you can see how pretty perfect that is. I mean, that's going to serve the purpose nicely. A lot nicer than having this big bulky cable back there. Now, the two were in a set. I bought two sets because I wanted to hook up the other Chromecast I got from my mother the same way. Unfortunately, her TV didn't have the USB port, so I did have to use the longer wire and the adapter to get that to work, which was, you know, a given. But my TV, of course, has the two ports next to each other. As a matter of fact, I have three USB ports on the side of the TV with one HDMI wire, which this would work perfectly. Or I have three USB ports that kind of plug in from the bottom, pretty close to the side USB port, so I can actually plug one in the bottom and one in the side and still have enough room for this thing to kind of just hang freely. And it's a lot less weight hanging on this thing. It doesn't stick out at all from the back of the TV. In fact, it really disappears. Whereas before, this cable, you know, when I had this plugged in, it kind of just like sat outward, and you didn't really see it unless you looked behind the TV. But there are some parts of the house where, you know, like if you're walking through the living room from the kitchen, you'd see it. You know, not a big deal, but it's much nicer if you don't see it. So I went ahead and went with this configuration here, and it works perfectly. So I'll have a link down in the description below to pick that up. I got them on eBay again as a set. And as always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more.